Dianthus chinensis, agrowplants.org. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe. And if you would like to donate for this channel, also you can just purchase this plant from the link below and in the right top side. And if you do it, it's a donation for this website. So this plant, it's a hibiscus, also known as China pink or Dianthus caryophyllus. Dianthus chinensis, it's perennial evergreen, but mostly in cold climate you will see it as annual plant. It's used for ornamental plant and the flowers, for the flowers and the leaves. It can grow in Mediterranean, subtropical or temperate climate in a hardiness zone from 10B to 11 as perennial and or hardiness zone from 3 until 9 as annual plant. The leaves can be green or green-gray. The leaves is elliptic shape, and the flowers. This is the main reason that people grow it, not for the leaves. So flower can be pink, white, red, purple. Can be more than one color. A lot of time with white on the edge. Sometimes the border prominent in strong color, and the flower has 5 petals with jagged edges. So how to grow it? So better to grow it in slightly alkaline soil, well-drained soil, a little bit moist, especially in the blooming season, and to put some mulch or little rocks, something that will keep the moist. Also to add fertilizer, especially before the blooming season. You can start to grow it by plant, just to buy seeds, or cutting. Cutting, it's really easy, or it's not something hard. Usually you do it in the spring or in the autumn in a hotter climate. Temperature from 20 to 25 Celsius. It means 68 to 77 Fahrenheit. Also, don't put cold water, room temperature water, high humidity. Better to do it in half shade. For cutting in the water, switches the water every few days. Put the stem in the soil. This is another method. Keep the soil moist, half shade as I said before. Put some humidity, like spray with water, and will be enough for this plant. So it's better to start by cutting because then you can ensure the color and the color pattern of the plant. Be aware that it's toxic for dogs, but I never saw my dog eat it when I had one, so this is something to be aware. Planting season, if you grow it as an annual plant, spring will be the best, as perennial, hard in a zone of 10B to 11. Possible all the year, better not in the winter or in the hot summer day. Okay, so some pests that you should know about it, that there is, it's gall, rust, mealybugs, and aphids. Aphids are always a headache. Pruning season, usually it's in the autumn to the winter, but deadheads directly after the flower unless you need the seeds. If you don't need the seeds, it's better to cut the deadheads for the reason that it will produce more flowers. The size of the plant will be from 20 to 50 centimeters, so it means 8 until 20 inches. And in the right condition, it will be fast growing plant that require average to big amount of water. I noticed that it can survive a few days without water, but not in the really hot summer. Light condition, full sun, possible to grow it in half shade, but in a cold climate will bloom less. In hot climate, grow well also in half shade. If you want to grow it in a container, 5 liter will be amazing. If you want to invest, you can make it bigger. It's been 1 gallon. It's quite big for this plant even, you can even smaller. Require average amount of water, don't forget drain the water, don't let it sit in a puddle. Better not to use bottom for this plant, bottom for the pot. When you grow it as perennial, don't forget to switch the soil every few years. Need well ventilated soil. It's also important for the roots. And fertilizer, don't forget this. Blooming season can be from the spring to the autumn. And if you want to start by seeds, so start by seeds, it's not very hard. Temperature of 16 until 21 Celsius. It's been 61 until, if I'm not mistaken, 70 Fahrenheit. Moist soil, humidity, and keep the seeds in dry and cool location. Dark also will be better. Usually you can sow it in the spring, but in autumn in hotter climate. Except this, it's easy plant to grow, require not a lot of things. Just always cut dead heads if you want more flowers. Of course, increase fertilizer in the blooming season. Fertilizer that will be for the blooming and not just for growing. You can switch in the middle of the season, especially when it's young, something to grow fast. After this, to switch the fertilizer for something that will make it bloom better. Cut the deadhead and enjoy from this flower. That's all from growplants.org. Don't forget to subscribe, visit our website, and of course, if you have any question, just ask. You have here links about more videos, some lists, subscribe, and of course purchase a plant, and this is donation for our channel. I hope you enjoy and come visit us again.